I'm Tim. Welcome to our channel and thanks for logging on. Today we are discussing the IWC Big Pilot's Watch Annual Calendar Spitfire reference 5027-02. You can see and you can purchase this stainless steel IWC Big Pilot's Watch complication on our website. Subscribe to our YouTube channel if you enjoy these videos, and please click on the card in the upper right hand corner of the screen at any time during this video to see our full sales listing for this watch, with additional accessories included in the sale, high resolution images for your desktop, and naturally complete pricing details for this Big Pilot's Watch Annual Calendar Spitfire edition. Now you can see on my wrist 6 1/3 inches, 16 centimeters in circumference. It's not called a Big Pilot's Watch for nothing. Not so much because it's designed to be worn by a big pilot, as the simple fact that inspired by a pilot's watch even larger than it is. The reference 5027 is very true to history in ways that are rather exceptional, flamboyant, and beloved of IWC connoisseurs. Now, again, if the original B-er was 55 millimeters, the pilot's watch of the 1940s, this one is a more wearable but still extravagant 46 across the round of the case, not inclusive of the crown, which by itself is almost 11 millimeters across. The watch isn't as thick as you might expect, despite automatic winding and complication, as well as truly Brobdingnagian proportions overall. The watch is only 15.5 millimeters thick, with a generously sloped step to its bezel, so it'll slide underneath some, I would say, casual clothing such as sweaters and jackets, but even sport jackets and blazers are going to have some trouble with the nearly 57 millimeter lug-to-lug dimension of the watch. Now it's 56.5, but with a little bit of flare of the strap, it measures an even 57 across the wrist. It's a big pilot's watch, make no mistake, and it feels the business, very heavy on the wrist. The immensity of the case, the bezel, and the lugs ensures that even if you're not looking at it, you know it's there and you know you're wearing something very special. A special and oversized watch deserves a special, oversized, and thoroughly themed strap, and this one delivers calfskin in true aviator's fashion. It features a semi-aged simulated patina ecru stitch for a gentle contrast and warmth, immense sheer cut sides, and a huge IWC branded single fold deployant, sandblasted internally with contrasting polished finish. On its buckle top, it's beautifully satin finished, beveled and polished along the edge of the buckle. Thoroughly realized, a substantial clasp for a substantial watch ensures this one stays stable and secure. Despite its size, the case lines are actually quite handsome. Beautifully blended lugs. You can see they have a little bit of tumble home side to side, so from the center out, they bend down and away, just as they curve down sharply at the edge of the case. The watch is wearable on a normal-sized wrist. I would say the ideal size for this wrist is perhaps no smaller than my 16-centimeter wrist, but at the same time, that opens the option of Big Pilot's ownership to a huge array of owners. You can still get the same aesthetic in some of the smaller Pilot's references like the 3777 chronograph, but make no mistake, even if you're like me and slight of forearm, you deserve to give the Big Pilot a try, if only because you deserve to see if it works for you, because if it does, this is one of those love at first sight types of watches. If you have that emotion, if you have that ardor for the model, definitely give it a try. You might be surprised. Now, the watch has a beautiful polished bevel along the flank of the bezel where it abuts the sapphire, and the sapphire, along with the crown gaskets and the case back, it's actually reinforced against explosive decompression in a cockpit environment. The watch with its screw-down crown is also water-resistant down to 60 meters or 6 ATM, which IWC rates as sufficient for swimming. So, again, on a different strap, perhaps a NATO or a textile, this is a very versatile sporting reference. The dial lays out a tremendous amount of information. You have your civil time, hours, minutes, and seconds. You have your 7-day power reserve scale, keeping track of the autonomy of the watch. And then you have a triple aperture at 12 o'clock for the month. You have the date and you have the day, and this was debuted in 2015 on the Portuguese line. For 2016, the model you see here launched in IWC's Year of the Pilot's Watch, the first ever union of the annual calendar and the Big Pilot's case. This one is very tidy, easy to read, far more easily accessible than radial counters scattered across the dial, and even better, it features a quick set system such that you can easily adjust the day, the date, and then by cycling the date sufficiently, you'll roll over the month. This is a watch that's immensely handsome, has a seamless functional logic, as easy to adjust via the quick-set crown as IWC's famed Kurt Claw's perpetual calendar system. There are no case-side pushers or through fittings to adjust the calendar. Elegant and handsome, it's also fully luminescent, so this spectacular ardoise sunburst dial is equally distinctive and brilliant at night. On the case back, another innovation. From the last 2 model years of technological development at IWC, we see the immense twin mainspring barrel 7-day power reserve automatic winding caliber 52850. Designed and executed entirely in-house, it takes the original 5000 and 50,000 families and evolves them with twin mainspring barrels for even more even torque release throughout the immense power reserve and better chronometric performance. The barrel bridge has also been skeletonized to reveal both of the mainspring barrels and their coupling wheel. Likewise, upgrades to the Peloton winding system, which you can see, as ever, with its pawls and pawl wheel, yet here, the pawls and the pawl wheel have been upgraded to ceramic, a solution widely believed to increase the durability of the system, but also reduce what had previously been witnessed on these movements, which was sedimentation of the caliber. By removing the conventional wheel and brass pawl design, essentially using materials to resolve one of the inherent downsides of the otherwise supremely efficient and robust Peloton system, ceramic and unlubricated. The balance too receives an upgrade, no longer beating at 21,600 vibrations per hour, it's now a true 28,800 vibration per hour beat rate. Again, for better chronometry and stability, as ever, it features the Breguet overcoil hairspring for concentric beating in any physical position to resist gravitationally induced timing deviation. And finally, because this is a hardcore sports watch, a free-sprung architecture to better resist shock and vibration-induced timing deviation. It remains the world's largest automatic family of movements in the world, a record it has held since the original caliber 5000 debuted in 2000. It also features, as the final refinement, hacking seconds for easy synchronization to a reference time. You can see and you can purchase this handsome IWC Big Pilot's Watch annual calendar Spitfire on our website.